Hi, I'm Boris and this is a quick peek. Lately I found myself being interested in more obscure armor subjects, so when one of my go-to online shops had a clearance sale, I picked up Trumpeter's Japanese Type 87 reconnaissance car on a whim. Because it's different and I could imagine it barking up Godzilla's leg. With this release being over 20 years old, I expected a typical early Trumpeter kit, but on opening the box I was pleasantly surprised. Everything's neatly packed, there's a PE thread, metal axles and this was the biggest surprise for me, no nasty vinyl tires. And there are even a couple of figures thrown in, so let's have a look. The upper hull comes as a single piece with lots of details already molded on. Sure, it's not 2026 Ryefield model, but it's a solid foundation. There are minor imperfections in the plastic and the grab handles on the engine deck are molded solid and will need to be replaced. In general though, it doesn't look too bad. The lower hull shows some detail on the bottom, although I'm not sure if these hatches should really be that pronounced. The biggest issue might be the front lights, which are all molded solid. Depending on your taste, you might want to drill them out and insert clear aftermarket lenses. The fit between the hull halves looks fine, but I can't be sure for now as there is nothing to provide positive alignment right now, and I guess you'd have to install the hull's rear plate first. The turret shell has some surprisingly fine detail, again for a 20-year-old Trumpeter kit, but I would check for flash on some of the details. On the turret's roof you'll find a massive block of featureless plastic, I guess it's some kind of periscope housing, and I hope there's further detail going onto that brick. Finally, in true early Trumpeter style, the vision blocks are hollow and should be filled with transparent parts later on, but first you'll have to carefully remove the flash inside of these blocks. The first sprue holds all the parts which will go on the upper hull and the turret. Starting with the rear plate, the solid door handles will need to be replaced and maybe some bolt detail added to the various hinges. The small parts in general don't look bad at all, sprue gates are not overly big and most of the parts are even flash free. There are some exceptions however, like the axe, which looks like it suffered from some mold shift. The one area I would definitely recommend improving are the headlight brush guards. The molded on bars are way out of scale and I'm thinking of using some thin wire to replace them. There used to be an Edward PE set for that kit, but it's been long out of production and I doubt Edward will ever re-release it. The backside of the sprue is where you usually find ejector pin marks, but the only ones you might want to fill are on the insides of the turret hatches. Finally, the 25mm autocannon's barrel is actually slide molded, which means it comes with a hollowed out tip. In general, the barrel looks okay for a plastic part, and as there's no aftermarket available as far as I know, I'll just take it. The second sprue holds all the parts for the suspension and the running gear, and it can also be found in Trumpeter's Type 81 command post vehicle and the Type 82 MBC detection vehicle, as they all share a common chassis. The tires are the traditional two halves affair, and there's even some lettering on the side walls. There are no flat spots or bulges, but looking at reference images these tires seem to be well inflated without noticeable bulges anyway, so there you go. The suspension parts in general look quite nice, and I can definitely live with the plastic springs, since they will mostly be hidden behind the big tires anyway. And finally, the bolt heads on the rims look a bit undersized, but I'm not sure how I'd feel about replacing them all. The metal axles and the length of string are next, both of which I probably won't use. The string because of obvious reasons, and let's talk about the axles a bit later. Then there's the clear acetate sheet for the vision blocks, but I'll install these before painting and simply paint the vision blocks later on. The PE thread gives us mudguards, steps with a thread pattern, as well as some straps and license plates. The metal feels a bit thick, so annealing the parts before bending them might be a good idea. The decal sheet holds markings for 3 vehicles from 2 different units, but there's nothing in the instructions to indicate what units they show. No surprise here. Just because we can, let's take a look at the figure sprues. There's one with 3 infantry dudes doing dynamic stuff, and the details are actually not the worst I've seen with old plastic moldings. Sure, the screaming guy could do with a couple of teeth, but I guess for a quick fun project they are quite serviceable. The second sprue gives us the vehicle's crew, and they look a bit bland, to be honest. I'm sure a good figure painter could get something out of them, but a good figure painter I'm not. The Type 82 assault rifles, on the other hand, look quite nice, especially in comparison to the magazine pouches and the anti-tank launcher. Finally, the instructions. They are typical Trumpeter, with parts overview at the start, before we start with the lower hull. The construction sequence isn't complicated at all, but sadly, there's no way to build the kit with turned wheels. Straight ahead is all you get. Looking at the instructions, it's obvious the 2 front axles are steerable, so I'll have to modify the kit's parts and not use the metal axles to give the kit a more dynamic appearance. The rest of the build looks straightforward, of course apart from Trumpeter's ongoing silliness of telling you to first glue all the small parts to the hull halves before joining them. Who actually does that, I wonder? The turret gets all of 2 construction steps, but there's actually some detail covering the plastic blob on the turret's roof. Good. The final assembly steps deal with the guys, and then we get a very old school black and white paint and marking scheme. Contrast is just enough to see the camouflage pattern, which is okay, I guess. Trumpeter suggests using Mr. Hobby or Mr. Color paints, but the paint numbers are a bit outdated. Since this kit was released, proper paints for the Japanese ground self-defense forces have come out, and I'm going to use Tamiya's lacquer paints LP25 and LP26. So there you go. A nice simple kit of a lesser known subject, which you might be able to pick up for as little as 15 euro. I'm happy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, or if you simply enjoy pressing buttons, consider leaving a like or a comment, subscribe, share. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.